Hi, folks. This is U-Term with Kevin
And Emma, of course.
back again, and we have another fantastic guest. Um, we always want to talk about people who are doing making a difference in the community, whether they're doing it in a business setting, have they done something great achievement. But you got some people who just answer the call. They feel like it's something that they need to do, and with limited resources, they go against all odds and they make things happen.
Yeah.
Uh, you're gonna meet someone like that today, and we invite her in to share a story, and maybe to inspire you too to see if you can help out and do more than what you can do on your own.
Yeah.
So we have here Miss Kayla,
Yes.
and she is representing the Fifth Avenue Garden in Kankakee, and that's been around for over 5 years, and she's reactivating it.
She's trying to make big things happen. Getting in contact with everyone that she knows to try to do better for the community at the end of the day. And it's great to have her on here and get to raise awareness to something that a lot of people might not know is there for resources.
Right.
Yes, and right now where it's so hard to get fresh vegetables and fresh food, this young lady and her family, or her dad, right, and some people in the community have reactivated a garden, and they're growing fresh food that they actually give to anybody that's in need. They're not charging, and I think that's quite amazing. So
Right.
we're going to introduce you to Kayla and let us tell us a little bit about herself and about this opportunity here.
Yes.
Where do I start? My name's Kayla. I'm 21.
Okay.
I grew up in a way that I don't wish upon any other kid in this city.
Okay.
I had some trauma growing up, and then that plays a big part in who I am today. And that's not who I want the younger generations and the people who are still young and don't know what's going on and don't know boundaries. And I want them to look up to us and my generation and see, like, this is what I want to do in the future.
Okay.
I came from a place where we never had a place to call home. And when we finally found that place to call home, the landlord was so sweet. Never made us pay full rent, like.
Wow.
And even though that was a thing, like, we were still struggling. We couldn't afford, like, the fresh fruits and veggies, even from, like, Walmart, even if it wasn't fresh fruits or anything. Like, we couldn't afford that. Like, we were just living on what we had. Being the only girl in the house, I always got the hand-me-downs. And
You got a lot of brothers?
Yes, oversized men's clothes. And so now that I'm in the place where I'm at now, like, I want to open up my financials to people who also don't have that, like, that resource. So I actually just added her on Facebook, my second grade teacher. When I first moved out here, she realized, like, she don't have much, She went out of her way and bought me, like, my own clothes.
Oh, wow.
And that was where, like, and I just reconnected with her because, like, you hold a special place in my heart now, because why would you do that?
But that's what you want to be to people.
Right, and that's what I want to do to people, like, exactly, but it's kind of hard when it's just one of me and thousands of others. And I work a full-time job, and picking up as much overtime. I actually canceled my overtime for today.
Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
We appreciate I put in that PTO stuff. But, like, I just want to open my resources to people. Even if I don't have many resources, I'll hand you the hoodie off my back or something,
Yes.
Like, it's a blessing now where I'm at now to be able to buy my own stuff, buy the next people, like, and that's just always what I've wanted. And so
very selfless of you.
Yeah.
That is very selfless, especially now, a lot of times, especially me and them are with two different generations, and we always talk about how the younger generation, they're kind of self-centered. It's all me, right? They're self-centered.
That's how I used to be. I'm not going to lie.
And even at 21, that's
refreshing.
Yeah,
it's refreshing to see that you're willing to give up your time, your resources. to help someone else.
When I first got my first job, I was 16, and I was bullied throughout school because I was wearing my brother's clothes and everything.
Yeah,
When I was 16, I was that self-centered person.
Yeah.
Like, I have this money for me and me only. You stay away from it.
Right.
But now I'm just like, yeah, I need the money, but at the same time, I don't need all of it.
Yeah.
Right.
How can I give back?
Right. How can I give back this city? Like, a lot of people in the community has gave to me what I wish to do and keep going and going and going.
Okay.
And that's what I want to bring attention to. Like, there's a lot of people who have extra money, and even if it's not extra money,
Just time.
yeah.
Come volunteer, help plant some
Exactly.
plants.
Like, I already spent my money on the seeds.
Yeah.
It's just like, it took me 5 hours after work one day, and I worked 12-hour
hours.
shifts.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's exhausting, but it took me 5 hours just to clear one of the boxes.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
there's
man.
like 12.
Okay.
So, and my dad, I love him, my mom, but my mom works a full-time job too. My dad's
course.
disabled, so
Yeah.
like, it's hard for them to just get up and want to go do that.
Yeah.
So
Of course.
I kind of peer pressure my boyfriend into helping, but
Yeah.
he loves it though now.
Yeah.
Where do you find, because you work 12-hour shifts,
Yeah.
where do you find the energy to keep going?
Alani, no.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, like, I just had this conversation with my manager because I was telling him, like, I'm so tired. He's like, you're only 20. Wait till you get to my age. And I'm like, but I do all this volunteer work outside
Yeah.
of work.
Exactly.
Like, when I'm at work, I have no energy at all.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to edit that out.
We won't get you.
Right.
It's okay. They know I'm here.
Right.
But when I'm at work, I have no energy at all. And
Yeah.
sometimes, like, I have to see that for myself. Like, where do I need to take a step back?
Yeah.
And I never use the garden to take a step back. Like, that's where I want to keep stepping forward. So I'll
Exactly.
pull, like, I don't have to go out and do my walks every day. Like,
Yeah. You know.
I'm young still.
Yeah.
So I just find my energy elsewhere and I put it towards the garden. But lately it's been, the weather has been confused, so
Yeah.
have I.
I
So
was,
Yeah.
I was just going to ask you that. So when do you start? I mean, I don't know, planting. I'm new to the area. You know, I'm a city guy, so but
Yeah.
I am getting used to all this country living, which I love down here. When do you start planting? Like, when does that happen? So, like, what is the season? I don't know. Do you know, Emma?
Like springy summer, right?
I was going to ask you too, because
I think it's like springy summer.
it has to be when, like, that first cold is gone. You have to be quick
Okay.
on your feet to kind of clear up your garden and get
Yeah.
it prepped for the next season.
Yeah.
And me and my dad and my brother were just talking about how are we going to winterize this garden, so that
Okay.
way we don't have to keep going through the same process every year.
Right.
And what if that one year we get unmotivated, or the community gets unmotivated like they did 3 years ago, and now I have 3 years of growth to get rid of.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So this year, I don't know if I'm going to be able to plant on time, and if I do, it's going to be a biggest blessing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just, I have 3 years of growth in 2-3 people, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's just me out there.
Yeah.
So
it'd
do you
be-
guys do like a schedule? Do you guys how do you call the people to action? Like, okay, we're gonna go on Saturday. You know, how do you do that? And then how do you get volunteers?
So in the past, this year it's been harder.
Okay.
And that's also what I was talking to my dad about this morning, is that not everyone has the calling to go garden
Yeah.
Yeah.
and help out the community. And it's good for you, you know, but me, I want to go help out. I don't know. I go
Yeah.
out there one day. If it's nice out, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's nice enough for me. It's nice enough for you. So
Yes.
So how do you think maybe we could help
Right.
find people to volunteer so we can actually get this off the ground?
Yeah.
I think with me wanting to start a new Facebook page, I don't know how. I'm not very tech savvy at all.
Yeah.
So I had to figure that out first.
Well, we got some people
I
that
can help.
we got some
Yeah.
people.
I have a court street for it. I don't use it as much anymore because I found my personal Facebook
Yeah.
works better for car sales at least. But yeah, I know how to create Facebook pages and stuff like that. So yeah,
Okay.
I'd love to help because I think it's such a great cause, and I think it's great for the community because we are definitely. I live over in Briarcliff, and there's a food pantry on Thursdays at the police station.
Yeah.
I mean, the line is wrapped around.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like all the way to the police station, all the way by my house, all the way back by Taco Bell. Like
It gets crazy.
It's a lot of cars, but something that food pantries don't have: meat, fresh vegetables,
Sure.
fresh fruit. So I think it's great that you are wanting to start something like that, so people have access to fresh food.
Exactly.
Exactly, and and just thinking about it from a kid point of view, right? A lot of times, kids they just know you go to the grocery store, you get your food, right?
Right.
I think it'll be a nice type of deal. We get the young people involved, right? They can see how a seed can grow into something that we can actually eat, and they could be a little bit more resourceful. I just think at this day and age, you need to know how to grow your own food, right?
Yeah.
Get back to the basics. Right now, we got so used to fast food and stuff
everything.
Me
that.
too.
Well, I don't even know if that's. Do you consider that food? I don't know if that's real food or not. But they process everything, they pack it together.
Yeah.
Then we got all these diseases, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we can get them fresh food into the hands that people that really need them.
Yeah.
I think this is something that we can definitely get the store behind and maybe get the community behind it and help get the word out to help feed the people.
When the garden was in full function, before like everything started falling apart, they used to have school field trips there. And,
Right.
And they would show the kids like this is like gardening life.
Right.
Yeah.
They teach them, and then it started falling apart. Last year, I think it was, we had the kids at Avis Huff, and they came over because it's right across the street.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The kids don't know what they're doing. They're just pulling weeds, but they're not in school.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So, like, they thought it was
Fun.
So they're
Like,
like fun.
just to pluck weeds,
Yeah.
and it helped out us for a little bit, but then you got that next year coming around, and then, so it's just like, we have to have people continuously keeping up, and that's literally like what's hard about it is we don't have the community coming out anymore, and the end goal, we all have, like, the community, we all see the same vision for this garden. It's just, I feel like not enough people are putting in towards that vision for that garden, and so it's making us fall back a little bit, and some people relied on this garden years ago, and so now that the garden isn't in full function anymore, they're coming to us and they're like, hey, when is this going to be fixed, this, that? And we don't have a time frame for it anymore because it's just it's going to get done when it gets done at this point.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But if we can get you some volunteers, then maybe we could get this off faster. And I know that the community garden has a special place in your heart because it helped feed you when you were a kid.
Yeah. Just those meal-based snacks.
So how would they get in contact with you guys if someone was watching this podcast, or if we wanted to say, hey, contact this person? What would they do in order to help you guys out?
Yeah, I'm very open on my Facebook.
Okay.
So if they want to go on my Facebook, it's Kayla Elise.
You got to spell both of those.
ELISE.
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 ISE.
And then my last name Slajchert, SLAJCHERT. And if it's a lady with 4 kids, it's not me because I'm a junior.
You named after your mom?
No, it's not really a junior, but somebody in my dad's family married a lady named Kayla Elise. So
Are you
now
kidding
we
me?
all have the same name.
Yeah, that's
Well,
funny.
I know.
I don't know
how does that happen?
It was
Basically a junior.
basically.
Now, I know, I've heard of Kayla. I heard of Elise. Actually, it's weird. My sister, she's 50-something, and her name is Shirley Elise. So that's weird. I never heard of Elise as a name beside my sister.
That was supposed to be my first name, and Dad said that's too generic and named me Kayla.
Which I feel like is even more generic.
Yeah. But so the garden, like, I feel like it's owned by a place named Threshold.
Threshold.
It's a nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long they've owned it, but I've never heard or seen them at that garden,
So they're not really doing anything
No,
to take care
and
of it.
I called them this morning,
Okay.
actually,
Okay.
because I wanted to get their feedback. Like,
Yeah.
I know my dad in the past has tried, and there's new workers constantly, so I called them, and I just asked them, like, hey, what are your guys' plans with this Fifth Avenue garden? And she was like, the what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, if you're not going to do it, I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's literally, what's in my head is
Yeah.
like, I'm so like adamant about wanting to fix this garden that the people who own it don't know about it. So
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like, how does that make sense?
yeah, and I've had this talk with my mom before because I wanted to take ownership of it. My dad's tried before. There's a apartment in the middle of our house and the garden.
Okay.
And before the current owner bought that apartment, we were supposed to get all of that land.
Right. How big is this area?
It's like a whole corner. Like you could fit like 2 houses there probably.
Okay.
It's kind of a hefty sized plot.
Yeah.
And the city was gonna give it to us for free since we've been taking care of it.
Yeah.
Until because the house that in the middle was supposed to get torn down until somebody bought it and fixed it up.
Oh.
So now there's no vision of us getting that land.
Land.
So I just wanted to get their feedback, and she sent me and she transferred me to a voicemail box. So
So you're waiting, eh?
yeah, I left my name, my number, and
Yeah,
I'm just
and
waiting.
hopefully,
But and that's not the first time it's happened. Like 3 weeks ago, I've called the mayor, the mayor's assistant, the alderman, the alderwoman, and the economic department.
Oh, wow.
And so many more, and I just kept getting new phone numbers thrown at me, and nobody's answering.
So you are serious about this, huh?
Yeah, she's like, I'm going to make this happen,
Am I
and you
not?
are not going to ignore me.
Yeah,
You are
thank
not
you.
going to ignore me.
I want my voice to be heard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I seen the Facebook post, I was like, this is the perfect opportunity because I feel like there's not a lot of resources for people's voices to be heard.
Yeah.
So
For
when this came up, I was like, all right, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Man, you are committed. So let me get this straight. So you taking off work. You've called everybody in the free
That you
Kankakee.
can even think
Right,
that,
right.
Yeah.
Anyone that can do something about
Right.
it. She
Yeah.
is called.
So you can volunteer. This is not for you to make money. This
I
is
don't
for you
want
to help
any money
someone.
at all. Exactly.
So you're doing all this because you want to help
Yeah.
families in need.
Exactly. Like,
And that's so powerful.
Yeah.
That is
So,
powerful.
Yeah. Because again, like what we were talking about, I'm only a couple of years older than you, but our generation is so me,
They want to know what
self-centered,
the
like
next
don't want
social
to do
media.
anything.
They're on
Yeah.
social media
Yeah.
all day.
Everything's
There.
social media related or something along those lines.
What they're gonna
and,
wear. What they're gonna do.
Yeah.
This. What about my
Oh, I'm gonna
hair.
I'm gonna record me doing a good act because it'll make
Yeah.
me look good. I hate when
I
people do
wanted-
that. That drives me nuts.
I wanted to open a TikTok
I like
page.
that.
I'm like,
What's that?
I'm like, you're
No.
not doing it out of the kindness of your heart. You're doing it for views.
Yeah.
Not everyone, but there are people out there who are like, oh, let me take out my phone and record me giving money to this homeless
Yeah.
person. Like, why do you
Yeah.
want to do that?
I wanted
Like,
to
just
open.
do it.
I wanted to open a TikTok page because I
We
feel
probably-
like that's
yeah.
where a lot of the
Oh,
younger
TikTok.
the younger
Yeah.
generation is
Yeah.
in TikTok.
And we're on TikTok. We'll be on TikTok.
We will
Yeah.
be.
We
Okay.
will. We'll be on TikTok.
So I'm thinking, well, along that line, maybe we get the cameras out there, right, and do some filming
Yeah.
there.
Wait
You
till
know-
I get it cleaned up. No.
Well,
so
we'll come out
maybe
there
we
and
can
help
come
clean
out there
up.
and help clean
Yeah.
up. And
I've been taking progress
Yeah.
photos
Yeah.
and
Because we would love to get this off
Yeah,
the ground.
we'd love
Yeah.
to get it
Love
off
to
the
help.
ground. Love to get it going, and we'll come out there and do some cleanup, and
Yeah.
We have a huge following on our Facebook.
Yep,
and
yep. And we'll put some
Yeah.
hands out there, and we just
Thank you.
let's do it, right? Tell us the date, the time. We'll organize something, and we just go out there and get our hands dirty and help you out. I mean,
Yeah.
you've been really dedicated in getting this thing going, which
Yeah.
is absolutely amazing, right?
and I don't want to take all the props. My dad's been trying to be dedicated for the last 5 years,
but it's hard.
yeah, it's hard on
Yeah.
him. Like he suffered a brain injury
Oh,
and
no.
then from the military and then a back injury as well. So
So he's a veteran.
yes.
Oh.
So the slightest little like pulling those weeds is hard on him. And
Yeah.
it hurts me because I'll be like, hey, Dad, I just need help with this one little thing. And then he's stuck in the garden for hours. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then,
So it must be part of his passion as well.
oh, yeah. And he was telling me this morning is like his grandma used to garden. His mom was blind, but she used to garden a little bit to where she can. So he felt like he had the gardening gene, but it's not enough to take care of the whole garden. And he's tried reaching out. He told me there's like this lady gardening group. I've never heard of them. In Kankakee, and he's tried reaching out to them because they have green thumbs. And they don't, if the city's not sponsoring the community garden, they don't want anything to do with it. So it's hard finding resources now. So
You sound like you're a daddy's girl.
I am. I am very much, because I'm my dad's only daughter. So he can't say, oh, that's my only son. So I use that to my advantage.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about like how you grew up, like what it was like, what struggles you endured.
Well, I was young, so like I can't speak on everything because like my mom and dad is really the only ones who really went through that, and they just had kids going through it as well.
Do you feel like you ever actually felt the struggle that they were going through?
Oh yeah, especially in school, because if you didn't come from where these kids came from, you were automatically the outcast. I filled up a lot of my time as a kid in sports, so I was constantly in football, shocking, football, basketball, track, cross country, something, so that way like I'm not out on these streets getting hurt, you know? And, like...
Because you was in Chicago, right?
No, at this time I was in Kankakee.
Okay.
I think we moved out of Chicago when I was young. But, like, my mom didn't have the money to get me basketball shoes and cross-country and track shoes. So that's where the community came in. Like, the community was like, all right, this person needs this. Let's donate towards it. And, like, it was just a constant, the community's giving. Back in 2019, I went to Texas to go visit my sister, and I get a phone call from my brother's pastor, and they're like, hey, we bought a ticket for your brother to go here with us, but he's in the military right now, so you're coming with. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't know you guys, but sure. I flew back, and the next week I went. And
where'd you go?
Iowa.
Oh, nice.
It was so fun. It was like a whole little church retreat. And at the time, I was not at all in churches or nothing. Like, I was stabbed 3 times, and that's,
oh my
no.
god!
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
Like,
let's back it up. What
happened? She's just gonna jump right over there.
I know, she was like, yeah, stabbed 3 times.
Because I feel like that is not who I am now.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
You persevered.
Yeah, my mom
But
didn't even know.
Tell what happened.
Your mom didn't know you were stabbed 3 times?
No, mom or dad. Like,
girl.
It was over a boy. I didn't even know.
Oh my god!
So,
some girl stabbed you over a boy?
And I didn't even know him.
Like bad stabbed you, or
like 3 times. The only way my mom found out is because we went to Victoria's Secret. You know how they fit you? And she was like, "What's that scar from?" And I was like, "Oh, it just got stabbed like a few years ago. It's fine."
Oh my god!
That's just who I was growing up.
Oh yeah.
You said I'm gonna get stabbed, and I'm just gonna go on my way.
I'm good.
That's crazy.
You're good, I'm good, so.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And did you have to go back to school again afterwards?
And see that girl?
Yeah.
Wow, and she just stabbed you, and she was like, "Yeah, I did."
I feel like I shouldn't hold grudges.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's just, I feel like that's how I've always been. It's
Yeah.
like I can't hold grudges because you were going through a tough time in that moment.
Kayla.
And so.
Kayla, you're amazing.
Yeah. I mean, you're selfless.
I know she's forgiving people. You've forgiven people that hurt you. And
yeah, I even reached out to her, not recently, but I've reached out to her after it happened. I've asked her how she's been doing mentally, physically, you know.
Yeah.
Haven't heard from her since, but like.
Yeah,
you know,
but oh my gosh. If someone stabbed me,
so
I know.
what about that church? So what about that church retreat? Did you get an encounter with Jesus? Did you?
Yeah. Something about that whole retreat like drew me closer and closer. Like I was going through a lot at that moment. Like I wouldn't say it's like hard drugs, but like, you know, I would just find like a pill laying around and I'll be like, I need that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then it just took me out of it.
Yeah.
And that's what I needed. And that's what I needed to get a clearer mind into what do I want to do with my life.
Sure.
And I work at a warehouse right now, but that's not what I want to do with my life. It's just something I'm doing, I feel like, part-time.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's only on the weekends, so
Exactly.
I feel like it's a part-time job with full-time hours. So
Yeah.
I mean, so you've experienced trauma from a young age, homelessness. You got stabbed.
She was Kayla.
It's okay. You didn't do it, Emma. She's okay.
You didn't do it.
I know. She's
She
better
got
now.
stabbed.
She
She's
forgave
very
the girl.
forgiving. She got sober.
Yeah.
I mean that, and you're only 21.
Yeah.
Man,
all you wanna do is
I
help
know. By the
people.
time you're 25, she's gonna be running for president around
I
here.
know at this
That's
point.
too much to
Okay, we just deal with Alderman.
Yeah.
One day you'll be the mayor of Kankakee.
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, you don't have to. You can literally just put your name on a ballot and be like, I'm gonna be mayor.
I don't know what I want to do, but here you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Just vote
All
for
you
me.
have to do is get people to vote for you. That's
Right.
really what. It's
I'll
like a
figure it out
popularity
as we
race.
go.
We'll figure it out as you've been doing so far.
Right,
So good.
exactly.
And your brother's in the military now?
No, he got discharged.
Okay. What branch did he go to?
Army.
Army. Okay.
I tried to go to the National Guard a year later, and then they found out about a heart condition I didn't know about. So
Oh.
my recruiter was not too happy, and I wasn't too happy, and it was a long car ride back home. But
Yeah. Well, I know, especially because you was playing all those sports and everything. You had no
I
idea.
had no idea. I just knew I had asthma, but you can hide that.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
And I was fine with going into the military because my dad, he came from the military. and
What
that's
branch was he in?
Army.
Army. So
And
your
I-
brother's Army. He was Army.
Yeah, I
And he
went
was going to
towards the National Guard.
National Guard.
And nothing against them. And so it's just, I feel like we all follow Dad's footsteps. And that's
Which is so powerful, especially because Dad got a brain injury.
yeah, in
and
the military, a tank blew up and a piece hit him in the head.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
my goodness.
And
Oh.
that still made you guys want to go out and serve your country.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, normal
Crazy.
people, when they hear that, they're like, I want to stay away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's go. Yeah, my little brother was in JROTC for years in the Kankakee schools. So
Okay.
that was a passion for his for a while. My dad had his proud father moment.
Good.
And so
That's
he
good.
didn't pursue with that. And maybe in the future he will. But
Yeah.
just right now, he's still young. He's 19. He's still got a whole life ahead of
Yeah.
him.
Never too late to start
Right.
over. I feel like that's what people don't realize. Like,
Yeah, and
you can be 50. It's never too late to
Yeah.
start over. It's your life.
Well, that's what U-turn is all about,
Yeah,
right?
you can turn it around.
You know, yeah, you could turn it around literally because I like your story, Kayla. You know, you've been through quite a bit, and you still loving on people.
Yeah.
You're still forgiving people. You still want to help people. It seems like you still have a good feeling about people. Like you still loving people,
Oh, yeah.
even all the things that you have been through. And
Yeah.
you know, some people can take situations and they can take it and they can just ruin their life on it, right?
Yeah.
I used to tell people all the time. I got it from Charles Swindoll, and he says, you know, life is 10% what happens to you, but it's 90% how you respond to it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
You know, so you can be dwelling on things. You know, Em and I, we both. That's what got us inspired about this podcast. We've all had our trauma, right? We've all had our situations that if you look at our past, there's no way we should be sitting here. And I'm listening to your story. I'm inspired by you at 21 years old. I'm going like this. You know, that's what it's about. Because, again, going from two different generations, I always say, man, these young people, they not made to last.
No.
But
They really are.
No, they're really
but me and
not.
Emma vibe because I see what she's done and how she survived, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm seeing what you are doing. I'm going like this. You know what? America is going to be all right, right?
I
So
always tell myself, like, you could tell me this person is convicted of 5 murders
Yeah.
and this, that, and I will still go up to them and I'll start a conversation. Who are you?
well,
Yeah,
don't be too crazy, Kayla.
No, but, like,
Don't be
there's people who I've known since I was a kid who
Right.
they grew up in bad lives. And
yeah.
And
like,
that's all they've ever known.
yeah, that's all they've ever known.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I go up to them, I don't see that bad person.
Yeah.
I don't see that bad face. I just see another human being trying to live.
Right.
Whether we live the same lifestyle or they're trying to live like a different lifestyle.
Right.
We're all trying to survive here.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
And it's hard because people paint bad pictures.
Yeah.
And you just have to see past that bad picture and paint your own picture of that person.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. No, I mean you're so inspirational. You really are. I mean, to have all that grace. I mean, you really do. You have so much grace and
And you,
and you're so young.
Well,
That's
no,
what,
that, but you putting your money where your mouth is, right?
Exactly. You're not just like, I want to do this.
Some people
I wanna do
complain
this.
about
Yeah.
things, and some people said, but you're taking action, right?
Yeah.
I
No.
complained and then I took action.
Right? You go like this. Somebody need to fix that garden. Well, you say, no, you're gonna fix the garden,
Yeah.
right?
Well, somebody has to, so I have to. You know?
Exactly.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
that help feed you?
Right. It helped me when I was younger, and that's what I want, like, for everyone else. And so.
And now you become the face of the garden.
Me and my dad's picture right there.
Yes, we would seriously love
With the
to come
carrot
out.
in our hand.
Yes, with the carrot.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, what is your favorite vegetable?
I just recently started eating veggies. I've been eating healthier
Yes.
because I have Crohn's disease. So
Wow.
it's
It
like
keeps getting
I
worse.
know. I'm like, oh my gosh, and you're still this like happy
because I can't let that bring me down. Like,
Yeah.
I still have to be the cheerful person. Like outside of this room, I'm just at home in my room playing video games.
Yeah.
Out in that garden.
Yeah.
But I feel like nobody else is gonna take care of my body other than me.
Yes.
Exactly.
I just started eating lettuce.
Lettuce.
I've had a fear of lettuce because why is it crunchy but tastes like water?
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
But
Fair.
I've
That's
always
fair.
been like broccoli.
Broccoli, my
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
my
broccoli.
favorite.
I
Yeah,
like
that's
green
my
beans.
favorite.
I like vegetables.
Yeah,
a lot.
broccoli,
Green
green beans,
beans,
my
I
favorite.
just
Yeah.
tore up a
Corn.
whole can of green beans
Yeah.
last night.
Dude,
Yeah,
I love
see?
the corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, no, that's amazing. Well, you guys can't grow no corn down there, can you? I don't know.
We've tried.
I don't know.
You have to have big stalks or something.
No,
right?
yeah, we've
Yeah.
tried growing corn, and it was going so well at first
Yeah.
until the wind.
Ah.
I don't know how the farmers do it.
It's
but-
probably because there's so much of it.
Yeah, we only have like 3 stalks.
Yeah,
so-
it's
I know,
probably
but-
because it kind of causes. Because if you look like around,
Yeah.
the ones in the middle are normally the better ones. I think.
Yeah, the
But
ones
can you
on the edge are
imagine-
beat up.
Yeah.
You know, if you start roasting that corn out there, boy, that place would be crowded, man. I'm telling you, right? I'll be
You do like dollar hot dogs.
Oh yeah. They had a taco
You
truck
could
out
like
there.
you could like grill up like dollar.
Oh,
hot
to help
dogs.
raise money?
Yeah, help raise
Yeah,
money.
they had so.
$2 hot dogs.
We should come up with something, right?
We
need to come
should.
up. We need to go visit that area and then come up with some type of fundraiser
Yeah.
to help get the word out and make it bring it back to its glory days, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that lady who used to help my dad, I guess she was on like the chairs or something in the city,
Mm-hmm.
and she put $600 just in mulch and dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And the city was like, yeah, we'll pay you back, just come here.
Yeah,
She went there, never got paid back, and that's also why she stopped, because
yeah,
why are we investing hundreds and thousands of dollars when
Yeah.
it's not even in our name?
yeah.
And the city won't help.
yeah,
and
the
they don't want to
city-
do anything.
We even put a box out there for the city. It had the city's name on it and everything. They had like a little gathering. They had the taco truck, that red taco truck driving around. And they had him, and everyone from the community came for those free tacos. But
Yeah.
since then, we haven't seen nobody from the city. Like
And when was that? How long ago was that?
when the guy, whenever he first opened this taco truck, it was like 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
So you've been trying to get this thing going for a while.
Yeah. I just
don't
feel like
care.
anytime they come, they do it for the photo ops.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right,
And
right.
that's just always how it's been like looking like, and everyone feels like they think they're all adamant about it until it comes down to, oh, I have to put in the work. I have
Yeah.
to put in my hours.
Yeah,
But it's not fair for 2-3 people trying to put in hundreds of hours.
And
when-
your own money.
Yeah, my own money.
especially when you tell you how big it is, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
biggest blessing though is when I went to go buy the seeds for everything, and I found out I could buy it with EBT. I went, swipe.
Oh.
I know. I was like, this is nice.
Yeah.
But like when it comes
That's
to the
awesome.
seeds, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
I could just swipe the government's card and I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Right.
But when it comes to, I have to fix these boxes, and that's a bunch of 2x4s I have to buy, and wood's not cheap no more.
Y'all
No,
for sure.
And I mean, I could just.
And
go
maybe
to,
we could even get people to donate some wood, like old wood,
Yeah.
like that.
It
Maybe
don't
they
even
had
have
a
to be perfect.
yeah,
like,
maybe they had a project and they didn't use all of it.
Well,
It's
not that,
just-
but we know handymans that can help fix boxes and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, well, we've been fixing them. It's just the dirt, like after growing out
Sure.
so many years, it's pushing them. So we have to keep digging all the dirt back into the pile and then fixing it. And then the wood's like cracked and warped. So there was a little pile of wood there from when they first built the garden. But after a bunch of rain, that wood's not really usable anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to put together what I can with the resources that was left behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if I have to put in some of my money, that's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So just so I would know, I know it's called Fifth Avenue Garden, right? Where exactly is it?
On
On
Fifth
the
Avenue.
corner. I was going to say that at first.
Fifth Avenue and what? There's no cross section.
No,
It
it's
is.
Fifth Avenue.
It's Fifth Avenue and Chestnut.
Thank you.
I know where it's at.
Right. We know our community.
Yeah.
Okay, I said I just moved here. Okay.
Get with the program, Kevin.
Oh wow, Fifth Avenue and Chestnut, and that is in Kankakee.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
right in front
it's
of
right
St.
on
Mary's.
Fifth Avenue.
I like
Young
her.
people, right?
Do you know where the Walgreens in Kankakee is?
You know where St. Mary's
You know
Hospital
where St.
is?
Mary's is.
Yes, I know what St. Mary's
It's
is.
right off there.
If you go to St. Mary's, you pass it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Don't pass it. It's a big flower garden. It's a big flower pot that
On Fifth
collects
Avenue.
water, so that way you can use the well.
In the garden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big flower pot. It's hard to miss.
Really?
Yeah. It collects rainwater, so that way you could connect a hose or anything to it. But there's also a well that connects to the creek right across the street. And the well broke a few years ago, and the city didn't fix it. Somebody came and volunteered his time and
Wow.
resources and fixed it.
Who
That's-
was it? Do you know?
My dad told me, I forgot. It's in my voice memos, but I don't know.
That might
I
be,
interviewed
that'd be
him.
great to like
Thank
bring
you.
awareness
You're right.
to
Yeah.
someone else who came out and fixed a well.
Exactly.
garden.
Exactly. Well, Kayla, so guys, again, we're here with Kayla from the Fifth Avenue Gardens. She is doing, you heard her story. It's amazing, right? She is giving back. She is serving her community out of her heart and giving her time and of her resources. So we want to help her out. We want to support her. This, again, is what I like to say America's about, but this is what Kankakee is about, right?
In the community.
Yeah.
When we
It's
started,
a united goal.
it's a united.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
started with this idea saying, U-turn, is the American dream still alive? And meaning that do people feel like they can make a difference, whether it be in business, whether it be personal goals, and whether it be community-related goals in this situation. And I don't know about you, but I could probably speak for a lot of people here. You renewed my faith in what people actually think about, right? It's not just people just saying, what is it in it for me?
Yeah.
I mean, you're a testimony of what you can do, regardless of how old you are, if you committed to a cause. And this cause, I could tell, is very dear to your heart.
Oh, yeah.
And we definitely want to help you. We definitely want to be a part of it. We want to get the word out.
For sure.
So we excited to do it. So I'm just going to ask you one more question. All right. So I know you're working, and I know that you're doing this. Is there anything else besides your time that you think is going to hinder you from keeping this going?
Probably not. I mean, there's garbage cans. 3 garbage cans. It's just people use the garden as a garbage can now because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel like it's the constant like having to clean up after the community and everything.
Yeah.
That's also drawing back, and like I'm gonna move away, not far. I'm gonna stay in the city because I can't work on the garden from miles away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be moving to my own place soon, so like that's also gonna hinder. Like I'm not gonna be able to just walk 5 steps and there's the garden. Here I know what I gotta work on. So it's gonna be also I have to drive over there or call my mom and be like, hey, how's the garden doing? You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a lot of work in progress.
And we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you go as you go type of deal right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know if I'm going to be able to plant anything this year.
Yeah.
I might have to buy a bunch of weed killer. It's going to cost a lot of money, but,
Yeah.
you know, I'm willing to put into it. So
Yeah.
I got to kill all the weeds and get probably new pebbles and stuff. So it's not just the time, it's the finances as well.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I'm trying to put finances into it while trying to save my own money as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just a lot of factors playing into one.
Right.
Yeah.
And
sure.
do you guys have a committee, or do you have anybody? Is it just you and your dad? That's
Yeah, right now it's just me, my dad, my boyfriend. Like,
yeah.
it's just whoever wants to go out and help.
Okay.
You'll have the occasional people stop and taking pictures, you know. Maybe they're posting them, or maybe they're like, oh, maybe they're trying to bring it back together. But we haven't had people this year. I know it's been a little chilly still, but we haven't had people this year come up to us and say, hey, you want help? Like,
Yeah.
how can I help? And
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. So I know we're gonna do social media to help get the word
Yeah.
out. You got any other ideas that you can help Kayla with?
I think maybe, like, honestly, grilling up some hot dogs. $2 hot dogs, and all the proceeds go to garden.
So you would do that at the garden, so people could come
We
by
have a
there.
grill.
All right.
The
can
garden
provide
even
it.
has a grill.
No,
So we could
my dad has a grill. It's just right
Okay.
there. So.
Yeah, look, we can grill up some hot dogs.
Yeah.
We can $2 hot dog. I mean, where are you going to find a $2 hot dog?
You're not.
You're not.
You're
You
not.
can make them Chicago style too. You won't find that around here,
Yeah.
really.
Okay, so guys, well, all right, so you seeing that we're brainstorming right here. We're about to come up with something. Do we have a date, or we're gonna put that date together?
We'll figure it out.
It's a time will tell.
I'm off on Thursdays. Thursdays work best for me.
I'm off
Yeah, but
every
do
day
people
but
want hot
Friday,
dogs on
Saturday,
Thursday?
Sunday.
Okay.
Do people eat hot dogs on Thursdays?
Why wouldn't
I
people
do.
eat hot dogs? I eat hot dogs on Thursdays. Why wouldn't people eat hot dogs on Thursdays?
I thought it was like spaghetti day or something. I don't know.
We got Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. Hot dog Thursday.
Spaghetti Thursday. Oh gosh, Kevin. Tequila. Maybe we could have some
Tequila
tequila.
Thursday. That's what I thought, but
That's
never
what Dawn
mind.
likes.
Hey, honey. All right.
You better take Dawn out for margaritas on Thursday. That's all I'm saying.
So, Kayla, is there anything else we need to know about you?
Well, I don't know. Well, in my notes, like we were talking about this morning, it's not just a garden.
Yeah.
It's a community.
Yeah.
Like, there's a bunch of people who you thought you would never meet, like, in the past. Like, when the lady came and other people, they would come with their autistic kids, and
Oh.
they would come and help out and put in their time. And those are people who I thought we would never meet in life.
Yeah.
And now that we've met them, they've helped change the community, and
Yeah.
you would never meet them without that garden.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
So,
That's good. That's good. That's bridging the community together, getting everybody going, and I think that's pretty powerful.
yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Kayla. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we loved having you on. Loved getting to know you and hearing your story.
And we are committed to doing
We are.
the Thursday thing, whatever you said with the hot
Do
dogs.
we pinky promise that?
Yeah,
We can do
no, I
pinky
will.
promise. Pinky promise. Put a pinky promise in there. We got the pinky promises. We'll bring the cameras out there. We put the hot dogs up there, and we start cooking and everything.
Yeah.
You know, and
We can go to Costco. I have a Sam's Club membership.
I have
Now, Shout
Costco.
out to my mother-in-law. I have a Sam's Club membership.
and I got Costco, so we can get some
we
stuff
can
going.
go. Yeah, we can go get
Yeah.
hot dogs and.
And so we'll donate the food, right?
Yeah.
The Plotchman's mustard.
Yeah. Is that where you work?
No, now especially when it's already.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So this episode was brought to you about Court Street Ford.
Come out and support. So
Where
we
it's
can
all
donate
about
so
you.
many hot dogs.